everyone, Doug here from Caster's Cast. Thanks for joining me. I want to shout out the Mothhawk for inspiring me to do a video like this, but we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite cards in my collection. So if you guys haven't checked out Mothhawk's video on his top cards, you got to go give that channel a follow and a like. But for now, we're going to start. First and foremost, we're going to be looking at the Billiwhack Monster promo from New York Comic Con. I have 3 of these. I think Billiwhack Monster is an incredibly powerful Sasquatch. I love the alternate artwork by Sebastian Botello. Just a very unique, special card to me that I also like to play Sasquatch decks, so this card is very useful and a cool little piece to my collection. Next in line, we have the Ohio Grassman Caster's Cup Edition Full Holo. It is not player stamped. I wish it was, but it's still the only Caster's Cup card that I own, and I treasure it dearly. Grassman is so good, being able to make nest tokens to protect your other Sasquatches. So an incredibly powerful card as well. It looks great in the Full Holo. Wish we would have got that in the original set, but hey, Reverse Holo Ohio Grassman's cool too. Next in line, we have Father Sam BBQ Revolutionary. This is a promo that is essential if you're a Flame player. Has Fleet if you live in the USA, and also Unblockable. Unbelievably useful card, very playable. The barbecue tokens that it creates can remove traits and heal, so you're going to see a lot of people looking for this card in the future because of how I don't want to say rare, but I think there was only 1,000 of them printed. So moving forward, this will be a harder card to get a hold of. Next, we have a second place medal from the year 2022. I actually won this card at Blue Moon Games. Great LGS if you guys are in the Harrisburg area. I believe I won with a Flame Cosmic build, but that being said, any of the medals are just absolutely amazing for playability sake and just collectability. I think these are fairly rare, probably going on the aftermarket for about $200-300. Super playable. The reason I have it unsealed is so that I actually put it in certain decks. Of all the medals, I've been talking to other players, most agree that the second place medal is the most playable. So if you're trying to get your hands on one, highly recommend this one. Next in line, we have the Salem Bookmark. Bookmark, a card we all know and love, essential to the game. It's draw power, but the alternate artwork on this is just absolutely stunning. You have the holo, the seance icon in the holo pattern, the little pentagram on the book. It just looks absolutely nuts. And the flavor text: dark spellbooks are abundant and powerful within Salem. Turn the page and cast your witchy magic. So yeah, super cool version of Bookmark. I know there's also a fan art holographic version, but of all the Bookmarks thus far, this one is by far my favorite. Next, we have my one and only graded card in this collection, and it's a Pristine 10 Mothman Reverse Holo First Edition. The only thing it didn't score a 10 on was the centering. It has a 9.5, so was hoping for that perfect 10, but hey, we'll take a Pristine. And what makes this one extra special to me is that at the water tower, I had my wife go in line. I was judging. She went in line to get some signatures from the artist, and Kelsey Giacchino did an incredible little moth doodle on the slab, and I will treasure that forever. Almost forgot to include this one. Actually, it's one of my favorite cards in my collection. It is the Revive promo of Piasa Bird. I did buy this card on the secondary market, and it was a redeemable, so I did redeem the card for the skateboard, which I do have over there. I forgot to include it in the video. Sorry about that, guys. But maybe I'll show you guys that on a future video. But I also intend on doing a video about the various error cards that I have in my collection. So if that interests you, stay tuned for that. Next, we have the last 3, I believe. Yes, next one is a blank MetaZoo card. I pulled this from a Seance spellbook. It's more doable than previously thought. People are pulling them from first edition spellbooks, although the text, Mike's Aura cards is on there, and some Chinese lettering, if I'm not mistaken. The blanks, though, are a perfect candidate for artists to just go nuts on. So one of these days, I'm hoping to have a bunch of, if not all of, the MetaZoo artists contribute to this card in some day to make it very special, one of one. Next, second to last, we have a water tower promo. It is still sealed, and it does have the staff stamp. Like I mentioned earlier, I was judging at the water tower, so this is one of the special cards we received as judges. There are other variants of this same card. There is a caster stamped version and a non-stamped version. So non-stamped versions went out to all spectators, and the caster stamped versions went out to all people who participated in the water tower. So again, owning a staff stamped card is kind of surreal to me, and I will treasure that one forever. And then last but not least is my first place caster medal. This card I actually traded for with Easton Evans. I pulled the Green Man on New Year's Day when I was hosting or judging a Metaversity tournament, I believe, or I don't think it was Caster Society. Yeah, it was Metaversity. That being said, I pulled number 6 of the Green Man, and for the longest time, I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll put it in a deck, maybe I'll sell it. But after a lot of deliberation and discussion with friends and Easton, we determined that we were going to do a trade. I traded my number 6 Green Man for this first place caster medal, still sealed, and this card to me is just unlike any other. You have Mothman on it, the Victor Larson art, the misprint, if you want to say, or like these metal cards, the original ones, were errated. So it says you must fatigue 3 neutral to fatigue this artifact. It makes no sense. So especially after you already paid the 5 neutral. It doesn't have 25 LP. It actually has 75 LP. So a lot of inconsistencies on this card, which in my opinion will make it extremely valuable in the future. It's so rare. This is the 2020 metal cards, the OG one, as people like to refer it as, and if I'm not mistaken, there's only a handful of these out in circulation, most of which are graded, so I'm glad to have one of the sealed copies in existence. But that all said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe, and let me know what some of your favorite cards in your collection are. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next video.